liquidity sweep, be it an Asian range high, a previous day high, or in this case, even better, a previous week's high. So when you've taken out the previous week's high like this, you can be damn sure that price is going to reverse lower, right? So that's basically how the trade was formed, right? We're trading off a 15-minute POI. Now, for those who don't understand what a Judah swing is, right, an ICT has a really neat concept. He calls it the Judah swing. The Judah swing is simply the high of the day, right? So that in itself is going to be the Judah swing, or the high of the day. So the high of the day will occur once again after a liquidity sweep, right? So we want to see a Judah swing accompanied with our POI. So that is important, right? That is the where. Another thing I want to focus on when it comes to the where is the power of 3. And so the power of 3, we know, right? We know this is the daily opening price. So this is the price at New York midnight opening price. So if we just kind of just put that in here, New York midnight opening price. This is the price when the, I guess, the IPTA algorithm, or whatever you want to call it, resets, right? That's at New York midnight opening price. So one thing I've said to traders is that if you can master your location of entry, if you can master the where, if you know where to trade from, you can be sloppy with your entries and you can mistime your entries. But if you know where to trade from, if you have a slightly wider stop loss, or maybe you take a first hit, you take a first loss and you re-enter, that is a lot more powerful than not knowing where to trade. So the where is very important, because the where and knowing your POI gives you your exact location. So when you know where price is going to sell off from, in this case, you will have a much better chance of making it. So when you're forming a POI, just to wrap up the POI topic, right? So a POI will come from the following things. You want to see a fair value gap, right? This is the 15-minute chart. So this is a fair value gap here on the 15-minute chart. Then after that, you're looking for it to accompany it with liquidity. So you want to see liquidity, right? You want to see price sweeping liquidity just before the fair value gap, or maybe just even after the fair value gap. You want to be trading near the high of the day, above the daily opening price. And that leads on to step number 3, PO3. Right, PO3 or positioning. You want to be selling ideally when you're above the daily opening price. This gives you your where, this gives you your location. This is your point of interest, or your POI. It's not a supply zone yet. The reason it's not a supply zone is we need price